Hello, it's Jennifer Takagi with Pie Love You Desserts, and you should be receiving a package if you haven't already that has your cookies to decorate with your friends. And your cookie box should have cookies and frosting and little boo-boo sticks. And I just want to introduce myself and tell you that I'm so excited that your mom ordered these cookies for you. And I hope you all have a great time. I really love doing it. This is my first video on showing someone how to do cookies, how to decorate them. I've done it in person, but never on video. So we're going to see how it goes here. And if you hang on just a second, I'm going to flip this camera around. All right, it looks like it's working. So here's one of the cookies that you received, and it is a flour cookie. You're going to need paper towels that are damp because you're going to be wiping stuff. You have 3 colors of frosting, yellow, purple, and teal. And since these have been shipped, I would suggest when you get them, before you cut them, can you see how the color kind of separated a little bit? It's not quite the same. Just kind of smoosh it around a little bit. Don't do it too hard. You do not want this to blow up in the kitchen. That would be a very bad thing. You can use whatever color combination your little hearts desire. I'm going to just smush these around just a little bit. Okay, so the other thing that you will need is a pair of scissors. I have a pair right here. So this is commonly referred to as a boo-boo stick. And it's because it will help you fix your boo-boos. If you have color frosting that's coming off the edge, you can use this flat spatula side and wipe it off. Woo! And then wipe it on your napkin. Now, if you lick all your stuff, which people do, if you lick your boo-boo stick, if you lick your icing bag, that's okay. Just let everybody know you licked it and you're eating them all yourselves. These are not to share if you're licking everything. Now, this is the pointy end. Any Game of Thrones fans out there? Yeah, this is the pointy end. When you get the frosting on the cookie, if there are bubbles, or if your frosting didn't go as far away as you wanted, you can use your little stick to manipulate the frosting around a little bit. Or if you have a big old bubble in the middle, you can pop the bubble. You always want to bring your stick out to the edge, so whatever little flaw there is, it's on the edge. The other thing is, it took me a long time to learn this, and I hope you're a quick learner, unlike me. If you do your cookie and you do your frosting not all the way to the edge, you can pick it up. What? Don't go all the way to the edge. When you go all the way to the edge, the frosting is going to fall off the cookie because it's just going to keep growing and it's going to spread out and be smooth and beautiful. And so if you go too far, it's all going to fall off. Now here's my cookie that I already did 1 layer of frosting on to get it started. And over here you can see maybe that I went over a little too far and I had to kind of fix it. It's okay. The good news is if you don't love your cookie in the end, you're going to eat it. So it's okay. Okay, now that we have all of our ingredients here and all of our tools, when you hold your bag, you have a seam right here. If you press this flat and then make your cut, you'll have a better circle coming out of your piping bag. Now, the big mistake people make, and I'm very guilty of it too, is they cut too big of a hole. If you cut too big of a hole, the frosting will just come rushing out and you will have no control. So I'm going to start with a teeny tiny cut. I might decide that it's not enough and I might cut more. So here we go. Here's the tip. Can you see this? Am I close enough? I'm just going to cut that tiny little bit off. Now, when you hold the bag, you hold it here in the crook of your hand. between your thumb and your index finger. So you push the icing down forward, and now it's towards the end of the bag. And now I have to get really concentrating here. It's coming out, and I lift the bag up, and I'm going to outline this cookie. Are you with me? You can actually touch it down every time you come to a change in the cookie, like where the little scallops are. So now I have outlined my cookie. Now I'm going to flood it, and I'm just going to squeeze really hard, and I'm going to come really close to that outline. Are you with me? Really close to the outline. And the next time I'm just going to keep doing it. Now, a mistake people make is they come too far away. See how that's not connected at all? It needs to be connected. So I'm going to go back in and fill this in. The more you fill it in as you start, the easier it is to smooth. Now I've got that pretty well filled, but if I do a little extra in the middle, it will do the work for me. It will push the frosting out. Now, very gently, I'm going to go shake, 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 tap, tap, tap. Do you see? Okay, look. I'm not flipping you off. Seriously, that's just frosting. Did you see how when I shook, 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 tap, tap, tapped, it spread out more? If you tap, tap, tap too hard, you're going to break your cookie, so be gentle. So over here, I'm not really liking this. So I'm going to pull that frosting out just a little bit. Make it a little more better. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Now, it would appear, from my little eye I spy, it would appear, and I'm going to wipe this off. See, you just got to keep wiping. It looks like I'm going to fall off over here. Do you see that where the frosting is just kind of flooding? I'm going to wipe my finger on my wet paper towel so that it's damp, and I'm going to come around here and I'm going to pull that frosting off. You see how I did that? If your finger is wet, you can manipulate it. If your finger is dry, you're going to end up with problems. So, all right, I think that cookie looks amazing. Amazing. But it needs to dry a little bit. Now, a little bit can be 10, 15 minutes. A little bit can be overnight. Whatever your little bit is. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to bring out my finished cookie. I frosted this yesterday just because I was frosting a whole bunch of others. Now, I'm going to make this look like a flower. You can get all creative, and you can use purple, you can use teal. I'm a little bit of a plain Jane kind of girl. So I'm going to do yellow on yellow for my little flower. So I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to make my petals. And I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to make a petal. And I'm going to come here, and I'm going to make a petal. Are you with me? Are you following along? You know how to make a petal now? And you just follow it around. And you get to the middle, and you make a bigger circle so you have the center of your flower. Well, like it's easy to say. This piece didn't go all the way, so I grabbed it and pulled it in. So here we have a simple little flower. It's going to be amazing and delicious, and you're going to love it. Do you have any questions? Are you good? It doesn't matter if you have questions because I can't see them because the phone's facing down, and I'm videoing this. I'm not live. So there you go. That's one. Now, the other cookie is a butterfly. Can you see this? I'm going to hold it up a little bit. We have two different techniques on this. This is called wet on wet. I did the blue, and then I came back with purple. On this side, I did polka dots, and then I took my boo-boo stick and ran it through. On this side, I did straight lines, took my boo-boo stick and ran it through. Down here, I just put dots. Now, I'm going to catch up with this other cookie.